Hi, buddy. I know, you trying to make me feel a little better? Hi, I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Thanks, buddy. Today, I'm getting my piano tuned. I am very, very excited about this. I've never owned an actual piano. I've always had keyboards or MIDI keyboards or controllers. And today I have an actual piano. The insanity behind that is it's insane. I looked for so long for piano, and I was always looking for free on Facebook Marketplace because you kind of always find them coming up for free. I don't know, but I never just made a move on it. And finally, I had a concert coming up, and I was considering the idea of taking a free piano, cutting out all of the mechanics of it, making room for a keyboard. So it would essentially look like the piano player was playing a piano, but it was really a keyboard. If you look closely on like a lot of live performances by like famous bands and stuff, you actually notice that that's actually what they do. They don't actually have a real piano up there. 99% of the time it's a piano shell with a keyboard. So that's originally what I was looking for, and then I found this unbelievably beautiful piano for free, and I did a little research on it, and it's like 100-year-old player's piano, which I found one kind of similar valued selling for around $28,000, which, to be honest, I don't know if mine's of that value or like that. I have no idea, but the fact that it's even in that same conversation is insane. So I messaged the person. The kids are getting older and they didn't want it, and I was like, I feel kind of bad taking it for free, but like, they wanted to get rid of it, so hey. So I picked it up a couple months ago, and I never did anything with it in the sense that it was kind of out of tune. Too out of tune to make it playable, so it really needed to be tuned, but I was saving up for the concert and everything, so I didn't do anything. But a couple days ago, I finally reached out to a piano tuner. Today, the piano tuner is coming, and I'm really, really excited because one thing that I don't talk about a lot, but one thing that I really, really love is I love writing songs on the piano. I just don't do it that often anymore because I didn't really have access to a piano. Even keyboards and stuff. There's a huge difference between playing on a keyboard and playing on a piano. The main difference is something called weighted keys. Weighted keys are how much pressure essentially and resistance it takes to press down the key of the piano. Keyboards have none, some have semi-weighted, but real pianos have fully weighted keys. And there's something just that feels so good about playing it like that. And regardless, I've written a lot of songs for guitar. It's great, it's fine. I've written a lot of songs for music that I made already in the computer. But like, I love sitting down at the piano and writing. Like, I love it, and I'm so excited. And the goal is essentially to knock down a wall in my studio at some point and run cables, which I can run the cables now. Record that piano. Oh, I'm so excited. It's a bit of a dreary, rainy, wintry, or I guess technically it's still fall. Winter hasn't come yet, but day in New York over here, as you can see. I am very, very, very happy to say that as of today, 2 out of the 3 credit cards that I used for my concert are officially paid off, which is big progress. I mean, the big papa of the credit cards, the biggest one, is not. But the fact that 2 out of 3 are paid off are pretty sick.
Hey Jacob, the piano tuner.
What's a typical turnaround on piano tuning? Like, how long does it typically take in general, just so I can gauge the evening properly?
A couple hours, you know?
Okay, no worries. Sounds good. Keep me posted. So these are sometimes the things you got to deal with as a homeowner. Somehow I got locked out of my water authority. What's called the Suffolk County Water Authority account, so I can't pay my bills. So I have to spend time to give them a call, which is not really what I want to be doing right now. Here is my beautiful piano that we're about to work on. Very excited about this. Yo, it is seriously raining out. This is gross.
I think I did tell you.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, could you leave this open like that just for aesthetic, or would it affect the piano?
You could. I mean, the things could fall inside. You know, they actually make pianos where they have plexiglass fronts so you can see all the mechanisms
yeah, I mean,
moving.
it's beautiful like that, man.
Yeah, it's a half step flat, which means when you play an A, it's sounding like an A flat.
Yeah.
To get an A, I have to play an A sharp or a B flat.
Yeah.
See, watch.
Yeah.
Now listen to this.
Yeah.
Totally different note, right?
Yeah.
That means this might have not been tuned in 50 years.
Could be. I mean, so is it possible then to even get it to A? Or would it be just beneficial to tune it to...
Kind of where it is, but the thing is, let's see if it's even...
Because that's not the end of the world tuning it, like playing a half step down. I'll just know that when I'm playing, you know? I'm a musician by trade, and I would love to, you know, start recording on it.
You make a living as a musician?
For the most part,
really?
Yeah. From YouTube's the main source of income, all music related stuff. All right, I'll see you later. Well, that is incredibly frustrating. Essentially, first of all, the guy was kind of interesting, just in the sense of the way he communicated wasn't super direct, and it was really kind of frustrating to have a conversation. He'd kind of like beat around the bush and pause in the middle of his sentences. Essentially, he said he wouldn't tune it or work on it at all because he's too far gone, essentially. But part of the reasons were a little confusing in the sense of like, because he works on some quote unquote, you know, higher end clients like concert pianists and stuff, he's very used to doing high quality work, and he doesn't believe that this would be up to his standard of work, which is one thing, but like, I kept asking, is it possible just to get it in some sort of playable condition? And the fact of even like, currently the piano's a half step tuned down. He said it probably hasn't been tuned in 50 years. And I was like, what if we just leave it a half step down and you just kind of get it relatively tuned? Like, I just want to play something. I just want to play on it. Like, he just wasn't interested, and it was kind of frustrating because like, me being the person of more of a can-do attitude, like, let's figure out how we can make this work. And he was just like hard to kind of have a conversation with, pessimistic kind of attitude. Now granted, like, maybe there are times where like he's done this long enough and been down this road many times, he's like learned his lesson not to get involved in stuff like this, and I understand that. But just as an owner, I was just frustrated. Now look, I could get a second guy to come in, but he essentially recommended against it. He's like, honestly, like, as sad as it is, like, I would just gotta get rid of the piano. So I'm very disappointed and very frustrated, but I got it for free. I mean, technically $40 now because I paid the guy $40 for coming, but very frustrated. No, I'm really annoyed, man. And I was just talking to Jamie, I was thinking about this. I'm like, I offered to pay the guy. I was like, hey, what do I owe you for coming and diagnose it? And he's like, oh, you know, I don't know, like $30 or something like that. Like, so they didn't fix anything. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So I gave him 40. And now I realize, like, the guy was here for 20 minutes. Essentially just to tell me, and he came from 10 minutes away. It wasn't like he drove an hour to get here. He came from another job 10 minutes away. So I don't know, to some degree, I feel like I would have been like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm really sorry about your piano. I'm annoyed, man. And I get it. Like, it's his time. It's no big deal. Like, I don't know. I swing either direction on that in the sense of like, it's his time, it's worth something. But the guy also literally came from 10 minutes from here, and it was here for 20 minutes. I don't know. Whatever. I'm annoyed. More so about the piano news than paying the guy. I'm just annoyed that he didn't do anything, and now the piano's still out of tune. I was really excited about it. Me and my out of tune piano. Oh my gosh. I know, you trying to make me feel a little better?